CNG station commissioned in Tobago as the government continues to fulfill its green mandate. Independent senators call on the government to consider the poor as the Property Tax Amendment Bill 2024 is passed. Miss World Caribbean Ashe Abrahams visits Tobago and chats exclusively with Tobago Updates, and YMCA Aqua Warriors shine at recent swim meet. Good evening, I'm Kristen Salandi. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Tuesday, March 26, 2024. Now to our top story. Today marked a new beginning for Tobago in terms of going green, with a new NGC Green CNG station opening at the Cove Estate. A ceremony was held at Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort to celebrate the station's opening. Minister of Energy and Energy Industries Stuart Young and Chief Secretary Fali Augustine were among the speakers at the event, and reporter Ariana Scipio has the details.
Minister Stuart Young said that Tobago has the best CNG facility across the nation, which also utilizes NGC Green's Green Pay, which is a cashless payment system. He stated that this is what Tobago deserves.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing here today is yet another testimonial effort by the government of Trinidad and Tobago in the island or sister island of Tobago to ensure that Tobago is always provided with the best facilities, because we recognize the importance of Tobago.
Chief Secretary Fali Augustine said that the country is committed to reducing cumulative greenhouse gas emissions by 15% by the year 2030. He noted that for the nation to achieve that, CNG is well positioned to take a leading role as the energy landscape transitions to a low-carbon energy future.
It is no secret that CNG is way more environmentally friendly, that CNG produces far less dangerous emissions, exhaust emissions. And so Tobago at this pivotal time welcomes this public CNG station to the island.
Augustine thanked the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, NGC and NGC Green, for making this a possibility for the island. He said this fits into a responsibility that everyone has as global citizens to reduce carbon emissions and to ensure that operations are green. He also spoke about NGC's Green Pay.
And when it comes with some measure of digitization, meaning that we have, is it Green Pay? Green Pay, then it is even a welcome bonus for us.
The Chief Secretary noted that Tobago should not be left behind when it comes to going green, and that going green should not just be a tagline to attract visitors, but to live and walk the green walk. Also attending the opening was Secretary for the Division of Food Security, Natisha Charles Pantin, Secretary for the Division of Tourism, Councillor Tasha Boris, Minister Ayana Webster Roy, former Secretary for the Division of Finance, and Minority Leader Kelvon Morris. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
The new CNG station opened at the Cove Estate can potentially reduce carbon emissions on the island. NGC Green Company Limited CEO Joseph Ishmael Khan spoke about the benefits of using clean energy, and the company's sales and marketing manager, Anna Alisa Guindu, provided insight into the cost of this initiative. Here is more.
CEO Joseph Ishmael Khan stated that as a cleaner, more environmentally friendly fuel, CNG not only offers significant cost savings but also promotes ecological sustainability. He said today's inauguration marks a significant milestone in Tobago's energy landscape.
By embracing CNG, we take proactive measures to preserve our island's natural beauty and secure a sustainable future for generations to come.
Khan noted that NGC Green's introduction of the cashless payment solution addresses the need for convenience in today's dynamic technological environment.
This innovation not only expedites transactions, but also enhances security by eliminating the need for cash on site, setting a precedent for future
The sales and marketing manager of NGC Green, Anna Alisa Guindu, shared how much money was invested into the CNG station.
The investment for the station would have been there about $4 million to invest. And it was, again, based on the demand that we anticipate for the product. It is something that we need to offer Tobago when we look at sustainability.
She said they also consider the consumers, with CNG costing $1 per litre. Furthermore, Goindu disclosed that they have a rollout planned to spread public awareness, campaign and education series about CNG, and that they plan to launch a sponsored CNG conversion for the public, particularly taxi drivers. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Consider the impact on the poor in society, was the message coming from the independent bench during a debate in the Senate on the Property Tax Amendment Bill 2024. Senators Dr. Maria Dillon Remy and Paul Richards urged the Finance Minister not to dismiss the complaints and concerns expressed by many citizens across a broad cross-section of society. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
Independent Senators Dr. Maria Dillon Remy and Dr. Paul Richards are among those on the independent bench who abstained from voting on the Property Tax Amendment Bill 2024. They did not believe that the Minister of Finance, Com Imbert, fully addressed citizens' concerns while reducing the taxes from 3 to 2% of the annual rental value of properties. Dr. Dillon Remy claimed that such an amendment would not have been needed now if the Minister had taken her suggestion on board in 2023.
People have not paid taxes for 14 years, and we are introducing a tax now, and you're starting at 3%. Couldn't you start at a lower percentage? He did not listen. He did not listen then. I am happy that it's happening now, but Minister, probably some of the concerns may not have happened now if you had listened at that point in time.
Despite the government's attempt to soften the blow of the rollout of property tax, Dr. Dillon Remy pointed out that public complaints about the valuation process are not being addressed.
The way that it has been done, and there are many concerns about what has happened. And yes, I know that it is something that is new, and the assessors would have gone out, and many of them may not necessarily have the experience. I don't know from what has been said. But what I'm saying is that people are concerned about that.
While some are attempting to use objections to property tax as political mileage, Senator Dr. Richards urged the minister to not dismiss all concerns.
I think many of the issues that have arisen come about because people in different sectors in society, one, have legitimate concerns about the assessments of the property, and two, have legitimate issues with being able to actually pay this property tax, even if it's $700.
He also drew the minister's attention to the need to monitor how the implementation of property tax will affect tenants renting housing, especially on the lower end of the spectrum,
so that some unscrupulous landlords did not exploit situations like this and exorbitantly increase the rents to pass on the cost of this property tax that is due, that will be due once this is passed, once this is amended and we operationalize it.
6 independent senators abstained from casting their votes on the bill, while one independent, Helen Francis, voted against it. However, the bill passed with 16 votes in support from the government side. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Still to come, Miss World Caribbean Ashe Abrahams chats exclusively with Tobago Updates, and later, the Division of Infrastructure advises the public of beach profiling exercise. Stay with us.
Deltec Distributors, best deal. 3 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, 3 pounds each, $300. Best deal. Or you could try 5 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, 5 pounds each, $500. Best deal. $20 delivery. Call winner 359-5040 or 237-0102. Order online at www.deltecdistributors.com or check winner Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. Deltec Distributors, best deal.
Fellow citizens, I am Joy Abdul Mohan. Many years ago, we declared through our constitution our desire to live in a democratic society with respect for the law, supported by public institutions that respond to our needs. A strong constitution must be relevant to every citizen, including children and the youth. We've heard about reform before. Let us speak out now and make it happen by submitting our views to constitutionalreform2024.gov.tt by April 15th. It's our future, our constitution, our voices.
It's March Madness at Standard Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same-day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard, never beaten on quality and prices. Scrub Ties brings to you our organic fat dissolving shots. Yes, guys, our lemon butter shot breaks down stubborn fat, tightens any loose skin while increasing your metabolism. No side effects, no downtime. We also offer cavitation, cellulite treatment, butt, breast, hip dip fillers, weight loss, fertility IVs, and much more. Contact us on 495-6624 or follow us on Instagram at Scrub Ties Body Contouring.
Thanks for keeping it here. In an exclusive interview with Tobago Updates, Miss World Caribbean Ashley Abrahams shared her sentiments upon returning home after her victorious journey representing the Caribbean and the Americas at the 71st Miss World pageant, which was held in India. Travesia Phillips has more.
Touching down at the A&R Robinson International Airport, Abrahams was greeted by the recently crowned Miss Tobago, Renessa Ortiz.
I'm good. I'm happy to be home. I just said to you off camera, I don't want to leave Tobago. I want to stay all week.
I know.
My sister lives here, so every time I come, it's just such a nice time, and the welcome is always so great. But this welcome was special, of course, after Miss World. I'm so happy to be here.
Abrahams reflected on her preparation leading up to the Miss World competition held in India.
The preparation has been very, very thorough, and I'm so happy that the results went the way that they did, and I get to continue another year just representing Sweet TNT, but also the Caribbean. So I'm happy. I'm very happy.
With a sense of responsibility and excitement, Abrahams embraced the Miss World competition wholeheartedly and ultimately surpassed her own expectations. She remarked on the transformation from preparation to now.
I felt excited, but I also knew that there was a huge responsibility with this. So there was that excitement to take on this new venture. And it has definitely surpassed all my expectations. It has been the most phenomenal, year and a half. And now it's going to be at the end of my reign as Miss World Caribbean, 2.5 years of my life. And when I look back at the woman who, the girl, almost like the young woman who joined and versus the woman who I'm sat here as today, I really think, wow, she had no idea.
She highlighted the importance of representing Trinidad and Tobago with grace and authenticity on the global stage. She spoke passionately about showcasing showcasing the nation's diversity, warmth, and compassion throughout the competition.
I knew that I wanted to show the world what TNT stood for, who we are as people, you know. So I knew when I went out there, well, firstly, when you are in a position as Miss World Trinidad and Tobago or Miss World Caribbean, you're no longer just Ashe or just the woman. You're now the country and the region. And I knew I wanted to highlight the positives, focus on what makes us unique. And so what I love about Sweet TNT is how multicultural we are, how loving we are, how caring we are as people, how warm we are. And I wanted to take that warmth with me to India.
As she basked in the warmth of her homecoming, Abrahams expressed gratitude for the opportunity to represent Trinidad and Tobago. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
Caribbean Airlines has been expanding its routes throughout the region. However, it is coming at a cost to arrivals in Tobago, especially during traditionally peak periods such as Easter. President of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, Alpha Lord, sat down for an exclusive interview with senior reporter Candice Jackson, where he shared some insights into the state of the tourism industry in Tobago. This interview will be unpacked in a 3-part series entitled The Realities of Tobago's Tourism Industry. The first part explores the challenges of attracting the domestic market.
Easter has traditionally been one of the peak periods for domestic tourism arrivals in Tobago. However, since coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic, the numbers have dropped. With Easter 2024 only a few days away, the president of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, Alpha Lord, says,
"It's slow."
Lord explains that the attractiveness of visiting Tobago for Easter has not changed, but the reduction in arrivals experienced by the accommodation sector is attributed to a change in how Trinidadians travel.
But that could be directly correlated to an increase in that same travel base, traveling throughout the Caribbean now, because CAL has reduced the number of flights coming to Tobago on a daily basis. But you've seen an increase in those same flights going to other Caribbean destinations using the same ATR 72s that was coming to Tobago.
In the past year, CAL increased routes to St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis, with additional weekly flights to already established routes. Coupled with the reduction in flights available on the air bridge pre-COVID, this means Tobago is no longer the destination of choice over the Easter holidays, according to Lord.
Getting to Tobago has always been so difficult. And you know what? If I could go Grenada, it might cost me a couple dollars more, but I could go Grenada and I can get nice 3 days out of it. I could get a really decent all-inclusive resort. I might as well just go Grenada and do something different.
Not only is Tobago facing competition for a relaxing holiday weekend during Easter, but it is also facing competition in the outer world. Tobago continues to host car shows that attract several car enthusiasts with their families and crews, but car shows are now popping up in Trinidad during the Easter weekend. Car enthusiasts do not have to deal with the hassle of getting to Tobago with their prized vehicles on the ferry when they can quickly enter similar competitions in Trinidad. Meanwhile, the THA's announcement of the cancellation of the Tobago Jazz Experience is also turning away traditional visitors, but not for the reasons the average citizens expect. The THA may no longer be hosting jazz events, but jazz-type events are still happening. However, Lord stated that the domestic market is not hearing that message.
The conversation is more about the THA not involved in jazz versus private sector is now leading the way on jazz. So you know, when people hear, oh, no jazz, they don't hear the rest of the conversation. There's no marketing of the rest of the conversation.
This means Caribbean Airlines is not obligated to add more flights to accommodate jazz enthusiasts, and it hurts the ability of private promoters to capitalize on the void left by the THA. Meanwhile, there are other challenges affecting the tourism industry. Tune into part 2 in a subsequent newscast for more on the realities of the Tobago tourism industry. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
In a proactive move to address gender-related challenges in Tobago, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs, Ayanna Webster Roy, spearheaded the distribution of 120 dignity kits to various divisions under the Tobago House of Assembly and non-governmental organizations on Monday, March 25, 2024. More in this report by Travicia Phillips.
On Monday, Minister Ayanna Webster Roy oversaw the handover of 120 dignity kits to various THA divisions and NGOs with the aim of addressing gender issues. The kits, distributed at the Central Administrative Services Tobago's office, included essential supplies like menstrual health products, towels, underwear, soap, shampoo, and toothpaste. Representatives from key organizations, including the Tobago Regional Health Authority, TRHA, and Tobago Emergency Management Agency, TEMA, received the kits, highlighting the collaborative effort between governmental and civil society bodies in tackling gender-related challenges. Minister Webster Roy spoke about the importance of partnerships in addressing gender issues, reaffirming the government's commitment to empowering women and girls. The initiative, supported by the European Union-funded Spotlight Initiative, aligns with ongoing efforts since 2019 to provide emergency relief to vulnerable women and girls through dignity kits. Trevicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Stay with us.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Storebay Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Welcome back. In some sports news, the Tobago YMCA Aqua Warriors made an indelible mark at the 3rd annual Bluefin Swim Meet in Trinidad, facing off against formidable competitions from 24 swim clubs nationwide. The 9-member contingent, led by head coach Mosi Dinoon and assistant coach Rochelle Pear, displayed exceptional talent and determination throughout the event. Among the standout performers was Amaya Henry, who secured 2nd place overall in the 13 to 14 women pre-competitive category and garnered 2 individual medals, including gold in the 25-meter breaststroke event. Jade Edwards claimed 3 individual medals in the same category, with impressive showings in the 25-meter butterfly, backstroke, and freestyle events. The relay teams won gold in the 100-meter medley relay and silver in the 100-meter freestyle relay. The Tobago YMCA Aqua Warriors returned home with the 2nd place trophy and 13 medals, reaffirming their status as a force to be reckoned with in competitive swimming. The Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development's Coastal Zone Management Unit and the Institute of Marine Affairs are currently conducting a beach profiling exercise to collect, monitor, and assess data across various beaches in Tobago. According to information from DIQUD, Tobago's beaches have been under attack from coastal erosion, which has impacted not only leisure and business activity, but also the island's ability to protect itself from severe weather conditions. Understanding how the beaches change over time concerns environmental agencies and departments. The division said beach profiling is one sure way to capture the phenomenon. Mapping changes over a protracted period allows teams to develop measures to protect and preserve Tobago's environmental assets. The division is urging the public to respect the benchmarks installed at the beaches. Secretary for the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Natisha Charles Pantin, shed some insights into the Marine Resilience Initiative on the Tobago Updates morning show. Secretary Charles Pantin said that the island has many fisherfolk who depend heavily on the fishing industry to provide for their families, and that this initiative seeks to sustain the industry.
In order to sustain the fishing industry, and it's a small-scale fishing industry, it's mostly pirogue fishing, yeah? You must protect the coral reefs because, fishes, they breed, they multiply, they depend on the coral reef system and the mangrove system.
She said that if these systems are not protected, it would have a grave effect on the industry. Secretary Charles Pantin shared that the division met with the Buku Reef Trust and Dutch company Bucalis, which has experienced building reef systems by using modular systems under the sea.
So in conjunction with the Buku Reef Trust and this company, we have demarcated an area at Buku, at the no man's land area, so that we could experiment on, how we could create reefs within a short space of time.
The Institute of Marine Affairs, along with many other people, is on board with this initiative to see how best they can experiment with the science of restoring and rehabilitating coral reefs. The weather report when we return. Keep it here.
Deltec Distributors, best deal, £3. Pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, £3 each, $300, best deal. Or you could try 5 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, £5 each, $500, best deal. $20 delivery. Call winner 359-5040 or 237-0102. Order online at www.deltecdistributors.com or check winner Mainwood, Argyle, Tobago. Deltec Distributors, best deal. It's March Madness at Standard Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same-day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard, never beaten on quality and prices.
Fellow citizens, I am Joy Abdul Mohan. Many years ago, we declared through our constitution our desire to live in a democratic society with respect for the law, supported by public institutions that respond to our needs. A strong constitution must be relevant to every citizen, including children and the youth. We've heard about reform before. Let us speak out now and make it happen by submitting our views to constitutionalreform2024.gov.tt by April 15th. It's our future, our constitution, our voices.
Welcome back. Tobago Updates News has received reports of a shooting which occurred in Scarborough early this morning. According to police reports, around 6:30 a.m., 3 men dressed in camouflage uniforms fired shots behind Reynald Butcher of French Fort, Tobago. Although the details remain sketchy, police are continuing investigations. We'll bring you more details as they become available. Now for the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight's forecast is mostly fair and warm with a gentle breeze and a low chance of a brisk isolated shower. Temperatures will dip to 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, anticipate a predominantly hot and sunny day with the chance of the odd isolated shower. Highs will reach up to 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 37 degrees. So expect a very hot day. Seas will be slight with waves up to 1.3 meters in open waters and remaining smooth in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 6:02 with sunset at 6:13. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines before we go. CNG station commissioned in Tobago as the government continues to fulfill its green mandate. Independent senator call on the government to consider the poor as the Property Tax Amendment Bill 2024 is passed. Miss World Caribbean Ashe Abrahams visits Tobago and chats exclusively with Tobago Updates. And YMCA Aqua Warriors shine at recent swim meet. I'm Kristen Salandi. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.